We're in the end game now.
Getting there.
Well, I better start checking the Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim has been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They'd also been struck in the head with an object as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but those were at least several days old. But even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. The unidentified body, could it really be Kyoko's? Or... I have no choice, I have to investigate. I have to uncover the truth for myself. No matter what, I have to find out what happened, or we're all dead. You can go back to the scene of the crime, back to the garden. Bullet.
Okay.
Okay, time to get started. I need to check anywhere this may be important, from one end to the other. Do what I always do. Or these look like fragments of something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like it before. But where? Wait, was it there? I have to double check that later. What do you think that is?
Oh, I thought it was this.
Oh. This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They set to turn on 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said the time possibility could be changed. Hold on. The sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? And if the body was here before then, the sprinklers should have gotten wet. Which would mean the murder must have taken place.
After sometimes sprinklers happen.
The knife. There's a knife laying on the ground. This must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. Monokuma file says the knife went all the way through the body, front to back. Does that mean the knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife looks really familiar. Wait, is this? That's it! It's the knife the person was holding. It's getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab the same masked attacker we found here. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because when they attacked, I was in some kind of trance. He acted by grabbing the knife. And maybe then and if this is really Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko's the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. A knife.
Just check here,
Just to be sure, I should take a look at the tool shed. It was dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. Is this a tarp? Wait, was there a tarp here before? I'll probably look into that. It could be related to the case. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime. But the underside is totally clean and completely dry. On one side of the tarp is wet and dirty. Something about this bothers me. That's one thing here that concerns me. I'm pretty sure that's everything else that you need. Nothing else to look at, pretty sure.
yeah.
I'm just speeding along so we have time to finish. Now we check the body. If I check the body more thoroughly, maybe I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. Wait, so whoever died, do they have the N-word pass now? Okay. Lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it. Which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? The white jacket the victim was wearing totally got burned up. There's only one piece left. Huh? Something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. Looks like they get in the way of normal activity. There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is that a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make the whole thing up, so... Looks like a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. The upper half of the body got set on fire in an explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. That's because it got set on fire and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? Body analysis.
Wait a minute.
Yeah?
What about the other piece of tarp? Not the piece of tarp that was dead because it was wet and dirty.
I'll have to figure that out. That's all you need to look at the body, I'm pretty sure. Now I want you to check the
What? Oh, the chicken coop?
yes.
Are the chickens okay?
I remember there's some chickens in there.
There's only
I
4!
can count 4 chickens. 4? They stopped?
Yo.
What's going on, Makoto? I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Of course, there were precisely 5. Yeah, right?
Huh?
Wrong. There's only 4 chickens here now, or 1 short. Huh? That's so weird, I wonder when it disappeared.
But
I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then.
what?
What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world. He is Mista.
Conspiracy!
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Even if a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hero and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Chicken coop chickens have been added to the truthful section of your book. Talk to people for... So who's that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore. And there's nothing.
This
Listen.
thing right here is so hot and my hand's going numb.
Oh yeah, geez, that's bad.
Yeah.
This Makoto, do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up? If I remember right, wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there's a knife sticking out the stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, the woman stopped bleeding, but the body was still wet. Yakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting bloody. But for how much blood was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, that was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked. Having to talk about it like that helped me remember it, so it's a lot better. So thank you too. Body before the explosion. Start the hero again. 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and?
Serious?
Oh, I was just thinking about how we first found the body. The body was found, huh? Look back to what we did this morning. Do you remember when that was? Monakuma's announcement will be up at 7 o'clock as usual. I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30.
That's when the sprinklers were gone off.
And I headed up to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to go get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? Now then, Toko, what time is it? Just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. That's right, I have it around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Now you mention it, I think you're right. So we can safely say for sure that the body was found at 9 AM. Okay, my job's done. Pretty small job. And we got the timeline. Aki, I'm pretty sure that's the last thing located. Good time, Makoto, I want to talk to you. What do you want to talk about?
So in other words...
I'd like to hear your alibi. Alibi?
In other words...
Correct, I'd love to hear where you were after the nighttime began last night. Oh, well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. Why are you asking me that about now? And what's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious this murder took place after nighttime? How could you be so know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden, going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. He was been spending most time in his garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. Did they just confirm that he's been just fucking smoking in the garden the whole time?
I don't know.
I can confirm that I was here last night. There was no body.
In other words...
So the murder could have only taken place at some point during nighttime after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we went to Toko and Hina's room to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all 4 of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
That's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well.
What?
But you never came through the door, so where precisely were you? Telling the truth, I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever. It's hardly an alibi. I know. So what now? You seem to be quite at a disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it?
I wonder why that is a bad idea, Makoto.
Yeah, this is bad.
Real bad.
I feel we're having flashbacks in chapter 1. Makoto's in the same situation.
Oh yeah.
I think I've checked everything I need to in this area. But I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically the Frank. Yeah, go to the gym. We need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that the corpse of Kyoko? If that's true. Is that also Kyoko attacked me last night? If I could find out more about her, maybe I could answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I could get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. But to get her a room,
It's all clear now.
I'll simply limit your options and allow you to engage in any suspicious activity. Yeah, okay. We know he has the key. I don't have a choice. Go ask him for the key.
Wrong person.
Hey, you want some weed, bro? Hey, Byakuya, you come up with an alibi, I'll be happy to hear it later at the class trial. Oh, it's not about that. You got the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect, after all.
What?
Of course, if we were to go with you, that would be a different story. And will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later and we'll see.
Goodbye.
Depending on my mood, I may go with you, or may not. Come back later, huh?
Alright.
Go to the gym.
Ah. That's the second floor area.
Entryway. Yeah, so it was music's bopping. Box 16, that's what it's called. Because the first song is called Box 15, and then the 16th student, Mukuru Usawa, go find her, watch out for her. Figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
Just found something, what is it? It's...
Huh?
what? A bomb. Yep. That bomb went missing. No doubt about it, the fragments I found in the garden. Yep, same bomb. Kyoko's room. Now go back and ask Byakuya. All the way back to the garden.
Oh, I could just hit E instead of just scrolling.
Also, the garden's probably the coolest place in the entire game. Oh, cool. I can tell that you're burning up with it. You can go soon, Byakuya?
It's dumb. My hand is dumb.
Wait for me. Not that hot.
No, it vibrates like slightly because of the fan. So like it's just like slowly going
Byakuya
number and
walked
number.
off, and now we're going to Kyoko's room. Go to her room.
Time to pull a BNE, baby.
Can't unlock it myself. I need to ask Byakuya.
Oh, great.
Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the cleaning, slid in the hole, and then... open, looks like it, thanks.
Alright, now we can go.
Now we can break and enter. Well, is it breaking and entering if you're just unlocking the doors?
Find your room and you don't have permission, so I guess
So
so.
this is Kyoko's room.
Diary.
Something on the table. It's a wood block decoration.
Oh, never mind.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers at those traditional public bathhouses use for lockers. I wouldn't know. I never gone to a public bathhouse. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
It's certainly possible.
But if it is a key, I think I might know who it unlocks. Really what? Unless I'm mistaken, pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that might go in. Dojo? Now we go back to the 5th floor, to the dojo. Now, probably the most unique thing about this game is that it feels very, like, claustrophobic. Right?
Oh god, do I have to like leave this thing?
No,
Okay. It's not letting me
oh
teleport.
yeah, you probably have to...
Such ignorance.
Oh,
Oh,
look
bit,
around a little
bit
more.
more.
Bed? Here's your bed. I don't see anything interesting. At least not as far as the case is concerned.
Bathroom?
Here's the bathroom. You might have certain articles hanging out to dry. I better not look inside.
Ah, okay.
Not really anything else.
Wait, there's something.
Oh, it's just the door.
Oh.
Yeah, no, Dr. Miyake himself
What?
wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? Find some kind of clue here. Clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
Can't be seen. That's why you made me take out a time search for you. Sorry. Regardless, if you plan poking around at random, you shouldn't have much, no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete, something that gives some sort of direction here. More concrete. Oh, I know. Earlier, Kyoko gave me something. This. Letter. Sure, I have it here somewhere. Found it. What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. Said if something ever happened, I should open it. Well, something certainly has happened, so I'll open it. Okay. Open the envelope and look inside. Inside a single piece of paper. Under the sheets.
What?
That's all that was in there? Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets, what could it be? What, could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets. What's this? Not a crumpled up piece of paper. Class number 78 registry. Mukuro Ikusawa.
I see.
Appears to be Mukuro Ikusawa's profile. Yeah, looks like it. Probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck in the headmaster's room along with the key. And you're so annoying. I'll tell you, it's a key and Cox. That's what it says. Cox.
Yes.
Must be some kind of blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning is unappealing, and this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgence. Hurry and finish your search. Okay. Made an effort to put myself together, then look down at the profile sheet. Mukuro Ikusawa. Sex, female. The ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon imaginable. She showed her interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Before entering middle school, while she and her family went on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information, and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Her real name is Samus. Doesn't feel right. The world I grew up in is a completely different dimension. Like, one's non-fiction and the other's sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That's how I thought of things as just an ordinary person, but then...
I see.
I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this.
Fucking Norse mythology?
Oh, you recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers, but they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I lived in. I have to say I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says Fenrir has already...
Found it.
Oh, I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero. Ah, it's you.
What?
What do you got in your pretty little hand there?
What?
You found your profile? But what if we did?
Hey, come on.
Freak out on me, I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. In case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Here's our Omniverse, you know.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? I'm quite adamant on those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication, organization, and order. Which is why, even as the headmaster, I have to follow the regulations myself. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course.
Absolutely, I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is, now can I? And on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting? About the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey,
When you all first got together in the main hall, back when, there were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led you to a little misunderstanding among you all. So, a misunderstanding is, are you saying?
in other words,
That's right, there were actually 15 of you.
yes indeed.
The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16. 16, then...
Mukuro Ikusaba.
16 students. Mukuro Igasaba. He's part of the school life, so the one making all the regulations is...
Why?
Huh?
Did I say something? Why are you telling us this?
Hmm.
Oh well, because... Like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since you've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone's on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints. Well, you know?
Yes indeed.
Makes sense?
Well now.
Okay then. That's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge. I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm gonna share a little secret with you. Seriously?
Hey,
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover up a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. What? That's okay, that's not all you get.
Wow.
Monokuma's account. Wait, so the back of her hand. The tattoo. Wait, but no. Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? That's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide the scars. Means those fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh?
What?
Forget about her. What matters now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. Trap?
Such
God.
ignorance.
God must have really hated you to make you so dull.
Damn.
Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here.
That's right.
Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro was the one creating the rules to this game. But why would he tell us that, and why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said it proves that Mukuro was connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of the 16 students. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case.
It's certainly possible.
Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we have to do a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she's killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game. Mukuro was the killer. She killed Kyoko. Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear now.
Mukuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit. What makes you say that? Thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? Good point.
So, in other words,
Mukuro giving us information that would raise some questions about her would be bold, to say the least.
This conversation is going nowhere. It just feels like an info dump.
Makes more sense than to assume Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and came up with the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me.
Okay.
The way you say it definitely doesn't seem possible. If that's really true, Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work is finished. You may listen to your hard rock now. Let's move on to our investigation. Let's find out if the key and the dojo are really connected.
let's go.
Well then, are you coming?
Right here, if you put your hand right here, you can feel there's a motor going off there. It's just,
Where?
like, here. Like, put your hand, like, palm, like, right here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can feel that. Okay, now
It's
we're just
going
teleport here. Let's talk to
numb.
the Daka man. We're gonna have to check the locker. That's what we're here for, after all.
Here we are.
There's the wooden lockers here. These woodblock keys, just like those traditional public bathhouses. Looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of these lockers.
I see.
Ko, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
Very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it, at the moment. You understand what that means, right? Probably use the key we found in the locker, right?
That's right.
I'll just try it. Okay. Pick out the woodblock key and insert it into the locker's metal lock, and the locker eagerly accepted the key and opened. There are arrows in here. Looks like 10 arrows in total. They look like they're made out of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without the dull, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks. Oh, there's something else inside the locker. A waddled up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this is for. Is that a bloodstain?
I see.
If it is, that means it must surely be related to the case. Duct tape is related to the case somehow. How could it possibly be involved? I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Something wrong?
Very strange.
Very odd, don't you think? That locker wasn't hiding any items that are clearly related to this case. But how did the key lock to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps... Yakia? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. What next location?
What?
Still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. You mean the mercenary group that Kumukuro was part of? How are we supposed to find out about that? It's obvious we're in the school and you do research on something. Research? Talking about the archive? Right, the archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to. That's fucking rumbling, holy shit.
Yeah, it's...
We have so much time before the trial begins, let's hurry. My voice is getting all fucking dry.
Yeah, don't worry. Trial's coming up.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here.
Yakia seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to a shelf in the back. Here we go. 52 Shades of Grey.
Whoa.
Oh my... A long way to see. Right now we need to talk to Yakia.
Oh. Right.
I see.
Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? I'm pretty sure most high school schoolers can't speak French. Unless you're in
Touché.
Canada.
Even then.
Even then, they don't teach us shit. Well, whatever, I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debts 100 times over. 100 times, isn't that kind of extreme? 52 Shades of Grey.
Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based
Out in the Middle East. That fucking picture of fucking Yakia. Oh god.
It looks like he's about to drop the most hottest album of the century.
Listen, Makoto, I'm gonna drop the fattest beat on your ass. Most fire ass fucking rap. Get ready for this fucking diss track I'm about to drop on your fucking puny ass, fucking spiky hair little fucking hoodie ass bitch, alright? Listen up, fucking lucky ass student. Fucking being your dick in the fucking hallway. A hand drop to fucking Yoko's fucking scarred hands. Okay. Unlike military contractors, there are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolves of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear in any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group are all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they acquired. Some, however, believe there was a mounting internal tension with the group, and they simply imploded. Have you ever seen the movie, Makoto? Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Actually, shit, you haven't seen that movie.
I haven't much of the MCU, to be honest.
What?
Fake fan. What is it? It all sounds like an alternate reality.
What the hell did I say I was a fan of Marvel?
I mean, you like most of the movies you've seen.
I'm an enjoyer.
You're the Chad Marvel enjoyer. Well, it isn't. This is our reality, our only reality. These people are a part of our world. These battlefields are as much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use.
It sounds like one of those toy fans that you just spin around and just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it, the report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? That's right, it said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Have you ever seen this movie, Makoto? Thor Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir or something on their body. What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Does that mean...
Yep.
Updated. And we're already done. Shortest investigation ever.
Yeah.
So it's been less than half an hour.
Oh shit. So
Time
We have a
is
lot of time to do
utterly
the trial.
silent, and yet it constantly assaults us organisms, the Earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that.
I should also really think about getting this computer replaced.
Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial. So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later.
How many martinis did Monokuma drink?
he's drunk off his ass.
I mean, considering the fucking comments he made at the bathhouse, I think, yeah,
Yeah.
That's right.
it would seem that way. Let's go.
I guess we should end this here before.
Let's end this video here.
Yes.
Next video will be the